Yeah, that wind is strong today. From RadioLink, we have the AT10II 12-channel transmitter. So, in the past, I've done a few different videos with some RadioLink products. First was the RC6 GS, which I had purchased off Amazon to solve my problem of having about 30 different radios for all my cars. About a year after, I was contacted by RadioLink, and they wanted to send me this, the RC4 GS V3, which is basically a 5-channel version of the gray one here. So they're essentially the same thing. I did a review video on it, and I really like these RadioLink controllers. Somewhere around that point, I actually asked them if they would be willing to send me a transmitter, to which I received this guy here, the TAFB Bluetooth, and we tried it in an airplane, and it was pretty good. The only issue with this remote is you need a Bluetooth app to program it, which for me, especially with making videos, really kind of inconvenient. But this is like 65 bucks, and it's a very capable transmitter. So if you're looking for something cheap, then I definitely recommend you check this out. I'll put the links in the description for all of these products if you are interested. And not long after, I received the SU-27 and the 460 to do reviews on, and they both came with that exact remote. And I have to be honest with you, both of these planes are excellent. So as you can see, I've developed a pretty good relationship with this company. So I finally said, look, RadioLink, send me this transmitter here. I really want to use it, and I'm going to tell you why. So for the past nearly 10 years, I think, right? I think I got this in like 2014. I've been using Spectrum, and I have an old DX8 as well. This has been my go-to radio for so long. Recently, I received this plane here from Fair RC and a battery from Hobby King, and I ran into an issue with one of the Spectrum receivers. So I have this receiver here, which was pulled out of a E-flite plane that I got from my buddy. Because this has an AS3X gyro, which requires you to turn it off, it was fighting the other gyro that's in the new plane. So I got really frustrated, and I thought, you know what? I think it's time. Let me reach out to RadioLink and see if they will help make this video happen. And they said yes. So I'm really excited to bring you guys this here. I could finally retire these guys and move to something like this. And again, honestly, I don't know how this is going to be, but if you look on Amazon, the reviews are incredible. I think it's like $160 or something like that. So it's really affordable. But here is the main reason I wanted it. I want to be able to film and have you still see what's on the screen. So basically for this video, I think we're going to open it up. We're going to check out its features, and I'm told that it will link directly to these planes, which would make sense because obviously it's the same company. So that's what we're going to do in this video. And then coming up very soon, we will have the video with this Sky Cruiser here with RadioLink's equipment, and we'll test all that out, including the battery from Hobby King, which they were kind enough to provide me with 2 of these 2200 milliamp 3S25C batteries. I'll leave the links in the description for everything you see here. So there's my little introductory story as to why we have this radio here. So let's just quickly go over the features listed on the box. DSS and FHS hybrid dual spread spectrum, 4,000 meters control distance, which is incredibly far, guys. Unless you're doing FPV stuff, you're just never gonna fly that far away from yourself. 12 channels for helicopters, fixed wings, gliders, multi-rotors, cars, boats, and robots. I don't really know a lot about specifications with some of this stuff, guys, but it's got a lot of things that you would want in a transmitter. That's one thing I know. Voltage, speed, GPS. It does have working telemetry, so we'll be able to get all the information from the battery as well as the plane, which is really exciting. So we're gonna get all that set up when we do the airplane video, but for now, let's just do the unboxing. I wanna thank RadioLink for partnering up with me for this, as well as all the other videos they've allowed me to make on my channel. It's great to be able to have a company that's willing to help you out with your videos, so I can help them out in exchange. I will admit, guys, I most definitely opened this up when it came. I was just way too excited. So on the top, you get this cool sheet with a bunch of RadioLink stickers. Right here, you have the manual, which is very detailed. It's got color photos, and it is in multiple languages. And then opening up the box, we have the telemetry module right here. Looks like some cables for it. And here is some, I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Hook and spring for throttle stick to be center. Okay, so if you want to keep it so it goes back to center on the throttle, you can do that. They got a lanyard so you can hang it, and the receiver right here. This is the best receiver I have from them, hands down. I have a couple of other ones, but they are in no way as beefy as this. So this is a 12-channel receiver, it seems. Very cool. And those long antennas most certainly mean you can probably go that 4,000 meters they claim. I chose the orange one because I just think it looks really, really good. So here we go. It is quite hefty. It does take 8 AA batteries, which goes right here into the battery compartment, which also plugs into the 2 position. I believe this is like a JST connector here. So if you want to put a lithium battery, you can. And we've done that before in the remotes provided with the airplanes. But for now, we're just going to run regular AA's for the sake of this video. I do plan on making this my primary radio, guys. So from here on out, it's likely that any planes that I do are probably going to be run on this system. So you can see we've got lots of switches and toggles here. That's a 2 position, 3 position, 2, 2, temporary, 3, 2, and 3 position. And you got these knobs here too. 3 of them. The gimbals feel okay. They're pretty smooth. I would say they're not the highest of quality, but I think they feel just fine. Fun fact, I actually used to make joysticks. I worked for a company that designed things like this, so I have a little bit of experience putting them together, and I would say overall the build quality in this is pretty solid. Let's go ahead and power it on and check out this awesome screen. So I did start taking this off, and it just kind of looks like kind of poop, so I'm gonna leave it on for now. But yeah, that's why it looks like that. So here we go. I actually already programmed in the Sky Cruiser. I have to say, it's pretty intuitive. It's not that difficult to control. So you have your mode button here, your N button, a little toggle joystick here, and a rotating wheel for selections. All you gotta do is hold down menu, and that brings you in. And everything right here is very easy to see. It's right on the front page. So model select, model type, endpoint subtrim, servo reverse, dual rate, expo, throttle cut, idle down, trim, timer trainer, servo receiver system. There's a lot of different options, and they're all right there. There's nothing really to be confused about. So as far as setting up the plane, I think it's going to be quite easy to do. So pretty much all I've done is just select the model. You put the name down here, and then you can obviously select multiple models. It's got 15 model memory, so you can put up 15 different models into here. So then we just hit N, that'll bring us back. And then scrolling down to model type, use the joystick, and you have a couple different ones. Car, boat, heli, acrobatic, or glider 2, 3. There's 3 different options for gliders. For us, we're going to be doing aerobatic. As I said, for this video, we're going to sync up the 2 planes that they have sent to me so we can use this remote for them. I think that would make flying those that much better. It's really intuitive. There's not much to it. There's not 18 different menus like Spectrum has, and I'll show you that for comparison. So in the Spectrum remote, you hit that, and then you have all this stuff. But you also have system setup, which has a million different menus itself, system settings. So there's a lot to this, but you really got to know what you're doing to figure it out. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying having everything on one screen like that, I think is pretty cool. Now, granted, this is about 10 years in difference. Overall, I think for the money, you're getting a lot with this package. I mean, you could spend upwards of $1,000 on a Spectrum remote, and it's probably going to be very sophisticated. But as I said, I'm just looking for something basic that has a screen that's going to do everything I want and is a little bit more modern day. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and take out the other planes and let's see if we could sync them up. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by going to model select. We're going to select number 2, and then I'm going to name it. We'll call it SU-27. And then we just want to select this a bunch of times. And that's it. Now we're just going to hit end, and boom, we have the SU-27. One thing I could say, I don't think this is going to have any voice commands, which, I mean, for somebody like my friend Ryan, that's a selling point. He needs the voice commands. If that's something you want, then this probably isn't for you. But if you're just looking for something like I am, this is definitely gonna fit the bill. And as always, guys, there will be a link in the description to pick one up for yourselves. I have to be honest, I love it. I love the way the screen looks. I love the orange, the shape, the price. You just can't beat it. You really can't. So it's also got these things on the side, these little sliders here. I forgot to mention that. Nice little feature, and they actually feel really good. All right, let's go ahead and sync this up to one of their airplanes, and then we'll go and give it a flight. All right, guys, some time has passed, and I've actually decided I'm going to use the D460 first instead, so I've gone ahead in the remote and changed that. I also learned that you cannot sync the D460 with the AT10II with the provided R8XM receiver, and I ended up needing to have RadioLink provide me with a new one that does work. This one is the R6DS, and you can see I got two of them, one of them for this plane and one of them for the other plane. It was very easy to set up. You just plug in the wire here. You double click the bind button twice on the left, and then it automatically will sync up to the remote. All you got to do then is go into settings and then go down to reverse, and you want to change the throttle to reverse, and then you want to go over to auxiliary channel, and you just want to select channel 7 to whatever switch you want on the throttle enable. In this case I put it on to B, and then the attitude, which is channel 5, same thing with that. You just pick whatever corresponding 3 switch you want. In this case I put it on E. The forward position would be full assist, second position will be full assist without auto leveling, and then the third position will be completely off, so I'll have full control of the plane. I'm probably going to fly it first in auto level just in case anything isn't correct on here, so we don't have an immediate crash. But let me go ahead and plug it in and show you. So you can see that we have a little signal bar just like your cell phone, which I think is actually pretty cool, and you now have control over the plane. So like I said, this right here is your throttle cut, so with it off you can't do anything but turn it on, and we got power. And then this, like I said, here are the 3 gyro settings. So we're ready to go, guys. I'm gonna head off to the park now. We're gonna see how this thing flies with this remote. I'm so excited. It's so nice to finally have a new piece of equipment to fly my planes with. All right, we are at the park. It's a beautiful day, but it's kind of windy, but it's always windy at this park. So you can see this thing's really pushing, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but we'll see. I'm gonna do my best to be careful. I don't have any type of rate set, so it's pretty much gonna be, I think, on high rate the whole time. So I'm gonna have to be really nice with this, and hopefully this doesn't, yeah, well, we're gonna see. So not much to it. Let's just plug it in and get it up in the air. See how it goes. Okay, it's flying. I got control. Oh, it feels so much better than the factory radio. I actually really like this plane, guys. If you didn't see the review for this thing, go check it out. I think it is the perfect little flight. And it actually, in the wind, it flies really good. I bet you I can hover it right here. A lot of fun. Oh my God, it's night and day. What a difference with a remote like this. I cannot wait to fly a full-size plane on it. So yeah, we're doing great. The plane is in full assist mode, so I'm not able to really roll it. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with taking it out because of the way the wind is right now. First impressions, I'm loving the remote. The gimbals feel great. They're nice and light. Throttle's got a little bit more resistance for the most part. Feels great. Great. I mean, I know this is the review for the remote, but it's flying great. This thing's awesome, and it's cheap too. Whoa, the bird wants some. That was cool. They all want some. Maybe because it's shaped more like them than a normal airplane. All right, I'm gonna be brave and take it out of the safety system. We'll just do it for a fraction of a second. Okay, we're out. Instantly harder to fly in the wind. Let's do a roll. All right, cool. It's too windy for it, but yeah, guys, I mean, there's really not much else to say. It's a remote. It's doing what it needs to do. I like it way better for this plane than the one that comes with it. I mean, take a look at the specifications if you want to see more about it, guys. It does everything and more that you're gonna get in a much more expensive radio. Yeah, that wind is strong today. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the review of this. I'm not gonna get too far into the specifications of it. Just know that it does have a lot of features on it. If you really wanna see what it has, go ahead and check out the links below. There will be a link down there for where you can purchase it. I'll get a small commission if you choose to use my link. I'm gonna be using this on multiple planes. You're gonna see this many times in the future. And this is sort of like a little review on this plane again. This thing's absolutely awesome. So if you're interested in this thing too, I'll put the link down there as well if you want to get one for yourself. Land it like a helicopter. Once again, guys, this is the RadioLink AT10II transmitter. It's around 150 bucks. It's a great deal for the money. It's gonna do everything you want it to do and more. Hope you enjoyed watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.